Welcome back to the Health Man Show. It's your boy, Abdul Ismail. I am here. I am hot. I'm in my office, my studio office, if you want to say. It is pretty warm in here. I'm actually sweating. You can't see it, but I'm sweating here. I have a small fan, and I'm going to try to make this good for y'all today. Once again, this is your boy, Abdul. I am the health man. I have been in the nutrition field for over 28 years. I have worked and done everything. I've explained this in multiple videos. So today we're going to just talk a little bit about magnesium. Now, a lot of people have heard of magnesium. You hear of this vital mineral and all those things like that. And I want to tell you a few things about magnesium. And the purpose of this video is to explain to you the different types of magnesium. Why is this important? Because a lot of people come to me and say, Abdul, listen, I need magnesium. And they always ask me, hey, what type of magnesium should I use? And they be like, they're actually blown away when I say, well, what are you using it for? What type of magnesium? What do you want? Magnesium citrate? You want magnesium oxide? You want magnesium aspartate? You want magnesium glycinate? What type of magnesium are you looking for? And they're not too familiar with all these different types of magnesium. So let's go through it. First and foremost, let's talk about the benefits of magnesium. Okay. So there are a lot of benefits for magnesium. There are over 300 biological activities that uses magnesium in the body. Okay. So there's tons of enzymatic function in the body that uses magnesium. Magnesium boosts exercise performance. Okay. So magnesium is really good if you're exercising and you want to get improvement performance. Magnesium is good for that. Magnesium combats depression. So people who are going through times of stress, having problems with relaxation, magnesium is one of the best for dealing with that. Magnesium supports healthy blood sugar levels. Now, the last video we talked about how magnesium is used in the body to help the body produce insulin. So you can see magnesium is extremely good for dealing with blood sugar levels. So if you have high blood sugar levels, magnesium is an excellent mineral that goes along with that. Magnesium is one of the best nutrients for heart health. Okay. Magnesium is extremely good for keeping the heart strong and healthy. Magnesium is one of the best for helping to keep blood pressure healthy. Magnesium relaxes your muscles and things like that. Magnesium boosts anti-inflammatory benefits. Okay. So we talked about how 95% of all diseases some way somehow starts with inflammation. Well, magnesium is one of those minerals that can help you with keeping inflammation under control because it's a part of enzymatic function that reduces inflammation processes. So it helps keep C-reactive proteins down and things like that. So magnesium is extremely important for boosting anti-inflammatory benefits. Magnesium may help prevent migraines. Whoever has ever dealt with migraines or just headaches just in general, magnesium is probably one of the best things you could ever do. What did we just say? Magnesium is a natural muscle relaxer. So what does that do for you? It reduces the tightness of these muscles right here in this area, in this brain right here, your temple. It's extremely good for dealing with that. Magnesium relaxes the muscles around the head. And why is that important? Because it reduces the constriction of the blood vessels that causes migraine headaches. So magnesium is extremely good for that. Magnesium improves PMS symptoms. I find that women who are newly into having their menses all the way up into their late 20s usually have PMS. PMS, and you can even have it later, but it's usually, I find that the greatest chance of it is usually first, like the teenagers all the way up to late 20s, you have PMS. PMS with the bloating, the cramping, the mood swings. What did we just say? Magnesium combats depression. Magnesium deals with mood, okay? Because it relaxes you. It helps you deal with that. Magnesium is extremely good for doing what again? Relaxing your muscles. Now, if you're dealing with cramps, what is your muscles doing? Tightening up. Okay, magnesium helps reduce that tightening of those muscles. So it's extremely good for dealing with cramping. So magnesium will help you with the mood when you're going through PMS, and magnesium will help you with the cramping when going through PMS. So magnesium is extremely important. Now, there's much more that magnesium does, but I am going to talk about those. Now, let's talk about foods that's rich in magnesium. So you can know before we get into the the supplements of magnesium. We're going to talk about the foods that is really good in magnesium. So magnesium is found in high doses in nuts. So you talk about your almonds, your cashews. There's also found in peanuts and things like that, Brazilian nuts. Magnesium is really high in also seeds, such as flaxseed, such as pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds is an excellent source of magnesium. Magnesium is found in legumes. So when you think of your white beans, your black beans, I just, for my Spanish speaking people, frijoles. Frijoles de negro, frijoles de blanco, frijoles de rojo, that's red beans. I'm trying to get good at speaking Spanish, okay? Edamame, lima beans. Oh, lima beans. I grew up eating lima beans. I'm glad they're rich in magnesium. I'm not the biggest fan of lima beans. If you are, that's great. I'm not the biggest fan of lima beans. It's rich in found in whole grains. So like your whole wheat, your quinoa, your fonio. We already talked about fonio. That's an African grain. Your teff. All these things are really rich in magnesium. It's found in dairy, but really I like for people to use yogurt. So yogurt is a little more easily digested for most people. So it's found good in yogurt. High is found in your collard greens, your spinach, your kale, your leafy green vegetables. And is one of the best sources too is raw chocolate, cacao. Excellent source of magnesium, really good for keeping you healthy and things like that. So those are some really good sources of magnesium, right? So we talked about the sources. We talked about some of the benefits of magnesium. Now listen, you are coming into the store. You're walking into a supermarket. You going in there, you're trying to figure out, I need magnesium. This is what you tell a sales rep. I need magnesium. Can you help me with magnesium? So they come up to you and they say, which magnesium do you want? Can you see all this? Which type of magnesium do you want? And you can't answer that question. So let's go through the 10 different types of magnesium sold in stores. Now, understand me, there are more than 10. There are a lot more. But we're going to go through the 10 most popular forms of magnesium sold in stores. Now, this can give you a breakdown so you understand when you come in and ask for magnesium. I'm going to break it down to you in a way that will make it easy for you to understand. I'm not going to get too deep. I'm going to make it easy for you to understand. We're going to start with the cheapest form of magnesium. This is magnesium. This is by Sogar, magnesium and B6, magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is magnesium mixed with oxygen and then some form like that. It is the lowest absorbed magnesium. It's the cheapest. Okay. So when you go to Costco's a lot of times and you come to me and say, Abdul, why is it that I can buy 400 capsules of magnesium for $10, okay, in Costco's, or I could buy 250 capsules of magnesium in Walmart, and I'm going to tell you what form is it in, and you're going to come up to me and say, oh, it's the great form, it's magnesium oxide, and I'm going to say magnesium oxide is the worst form you can buy. Okay, I'm going to tell you that it's the worst form you can buy. It is good if you need magnesium and that's all you can afford. I'm okay with that. Okay, I am not here to judge you and tell you do not buy it, but I am telling you it's the cheapest because it's the worst absorption rate of all the magnesiums on the market. Okay, so you get what you pay for in this instance. It will do some of the job. Is it going to do the most effective job? No, it's not, because you don't get complete absorption of it. Okay, so magnesium oxide is a cheaper form. This is Sogar. They make a magnesium oxide, but they also make a magnesium citrate. So I'm just using them as an example. Magnesium citrate is the next form of magnesium that we're going to talk about. You can find it in many different forms, calm, assure, magnesium, and things like that. Magnesium citrate, you probably heard of magnesium citrate. You know, when you were young, your mother, you had your stomach was hurting and she needed to blow you out. She said, come here, boy, come and take a spoonful of this milk of magnesia. That is usually magnesium citrate, okay? Magnesium citrate allows more water to go to the colon, makes you go have a more of a laxative effect. Magnesium citrate is also using magnesium. Magnesium is bound to citric acid, okay? And it allows it to transport deep into the body than magnesium oxide, okay? So magnesium citrate is better than magnesium oxide when it comes down to absorption of magnesium. Okay. What did I just say? Magnesium citrate is better than magnesium oxide when it comes down to the absorption of magnesium. Now, you may be asking me, why is it that there's so many different forms of magnesium? It's the transportation method on how it gets in the body. This is extremely important, okay? It's not just about the magnesium, it's about what's transporting it, okay? If you need to get downtown, you may need to get on a bus. If you may need to get to the city, you may need to get on a train. If you may need to get to Virginia, you may need to get on a plane. And if you're going to Barbados, or let's say if you're going to Bermuda, you may need to get on a boat. It's all about the transportation. How is your magnesium going to get where it needs to go? That determines the price, and that determines the absorption, and that determines the utilization. The transportation method determines the price. The transportation method determines the utilization, okay, and how fast it gets there, okay. So we got to magnesium citrate. Magnesium citrate is a better absorbed magnesium than magnesium oxide, okay. So this is important. And what we say, magnesium is extremely good for circulation. It's good for your heart. It's good for keeping blood sugar much more stabilized because it helps the body with production of insulin. Magnesium citrate is extremely good if you want to sleep good at night. You take magnesium citrate, you sleep like a baby. It's a natural muscle relaxer. It helps with headaches. Now we're going to start taking it up a notch. These are the most common. Magnesium oxide and magnesium citrate is the most common forms of magnesium citrate, okay? These are most common forms of magnesium. Now we're going to take it up a notch. And it's important to understand why I am teaching you about these magnesiums, because magnesium is one of the few minerals that it requires different transportation methods to go where it needs to go, okay? We're going to go to the next one. We're going to go to magnesium malate, okay? Magnesium malate. This is very important. Magnesium malate is a different form of magnesium. Magnesium malate is a magnesium that's found in the Krebs cycle. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into biochemistry, but the way your body makes energy, it's in the form of magnesium. One of the ways is in the cycles magnesium malate. So someone who uses magnesium malate, who comes into the store, uses magnesium malate, is usually people who have autoimmune issues. And they are very fatigued and very tired, chronic fatigue syndrome, things like that. They come in there and usually get magnesium malate. Magnesium malate is an energy-producing magnesium. It's very good for that. It's an energy-producing magnesium. That's what magnesium malate does. Now, all magnesiums are in the form that are used in the body to help produce energy. Magnesium malate is in a transportation method that uses malic acid that is automatically found in the Krebs cycle. So it's better for it's better for energy production. So magnesium malate, really good for energy production. Okay. So now we found out about 3 magnesiums. Okay. Now we go into ionic magnesium. This is called Megamag from Trace Minerals. Ionic magnesium is different. Ionic magnesium uses not necessarily a transportation method. It is electrical charged magnesium. So as soon as the body takes it into the stomach, the magnesium and into the intestines, it is electrical charged. The body uptakes it. And it takes the isolated magnesium and takes it wherever it needs to go. Okay? So now we talked about magnesium malate is more for use for energy production. Same thing with ionic magnesium. It can be used for energy production. It can be used for blood pressure. It can be used for the brain because it's in the ionic form of magnesium. Okay, this is a very highly absorbable form of magnesium. Okay, but there are certain particular things about the transportation methods that you want. So if you want something more specific for energy and you're dealing with autoimmune issues and chronic fatigue and things like that, magnesium malate may do you right. But if you cannot find magnesium malate, the ionic ones are excellent. Okay, these are one of the best forms of magnesium, the ionic magnesium. And these magnesiums also will also have that same effect as the magnesium citrate. It will make you go to the bathroom. The only problem with the ionic, it tastes metallic-y. Like you have to get used to the taste. You're really drinking minerals and it tastes very metallic-y. Okay, so when you drink ionic magnesium, you understand you're going to have a metallic taste and it's going to taste metallic-y and salty. You could get past that. It's an excellent form of magnesium. Let's go. Now we taking it up a notch. Well, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna save that one for a little later. This is magnesium glycinate. Magnesium glycinate. Okay. This uses the glycine amino acid that's bound to the magnesium. Okay. Now, why is this important? The magnesium glycinate is found mainly in the muscle. Magnesium glycinate is a magnesium found mainly in the muscle. This is an excellent form of magnesium because it's bound to a glycine amino acid. Okay. Since it's found more in the muscle, you're going to have less of a laxative effect, the same way magnesium citrate does. So it's going to be less of that. Okay. Secondary thing is this: since it's found more in the muscle, a lot of the benefits that you want from magnesium, you're going to get a better absorption rate and you're going to get more benefit. Okay. You're going to get more benefit because magnesium glycinate is found more in the muscle. Think of all the important areas in your body that you want to use magnesium. You have muscle cramping. Oh, I got cramps at night. Oh God, you glycinate. Okay. Oh my God, my blood pressure is high. I need to do something about that. All magnesiums are good for blood pressure, but guess what? Magnesium glycinate is found where? In the muscle. And what is the heart? A muscle. Magnesium glycinate. Okay. You're having headaches. Oh, my head. What do you have here? Muscles around that temple. I got a big forehead too, but muscles around the temple. Magnesium glycinate. It's an excellent form of magnesium. Magnesium glycinate. Now I'm gonna go back real fast. One thing about the transportation method, it may require you to take more magnesium. The better, usually, not all the time, the better the transportation method, the more pills you have to take because you require more of the transportation method, the transporter to carry the magnesium. Now, magnesium glycinate, good example. You get 350 milligrams of magnesium glycinate in 4 capsules. Okay? So you have to take 4 pills just to get 350 milligrams. And the average person needs about 400 milligrams a day. Okay? I think you should go a little higher, but 400 milligrams is the RDA. You need 400 milligrams of magnesium every day. So right now we at 350. That doesn't include the magnesium you're going to get from your food. So it requires you 4 tablets to get there. Now check this out. Magnesium oxide, you get 3 tablets, you get 400 milligrams. Now, these are smaller tablets. The average magnesium oxide give you 200 milligrams per tablet. You'll usually get your magnesium in 2 tablets versus 4 tablets. So the better the transportation method, usually you have to take more of the pills because the body needs more of the transporter. The body needs more of the bus to put more magnesium on it to carry it further. So it needs a bigger bus to carry the magnesium further into where it needs to go. So magnesium oxide, you take less of it. The tablets, you take less of it. But you're trying to fit a lot of magnesium into a car, and it's not traveling as far. Magnesium oxide is like, I always say, it's like driving a skateboard on a highway. It will get you where you need to go, but it ain't effective and it ain't efficient. Okay. Well, magnesium glycinate, come on now. Listen, if you want to go on a highway and you want to roll with the brother, let's get in a nice car. Let's get in a Beamer. Let's get in a Porsche or something like that. Magnesium glycinate. And if we want to go real fast and get some energy in us, let's get some magnesium malate. Okay. So those are the different types of magnesium. We're talking about that. So we stopped at magnesium glycinate. Okay. Now that is one of the best forms of magnesium sold on the market. You got magnesium citrate. Now we're going to go up to magnesium taurinate. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is magnesium taurinate? Magnesium taurinate uses taurine amino acid to transport it. Now we just use the glycine amino acid to transport glycinate. Now we're using the taurine amino acid to transport magnesium. Why the taurine amino acid? And it's like, oh God, dude, why are you telling me so much about this? I just want magnesium. This is too much. Well, when you go into the store and you see taurinate, you're going to say, what the hell's that? And then you're going to come back to the Health Man show and you're going to look it up, and the Health Man are going to say, taurinate is extremely good for people who deal with heart disease. That's what it is. Magnesium taurate is really good for people who deal with heart disease and really good for people who have blood pressure issues. It's extremely good. Magnesium taurate. Magnesium taurate requires for 400 milligrams, you get 2 tablets. Okay. So magnesium taurate, you get more magnesium per tablet than you do glycinate. Okay. And sometimes glycinate you can also find under biglycinate. Okay. Biglycinate. Okay. So magnesium taurate, really good if you have blood pressure issues and heart issues and things like that. Excellent form of magnesium. Is most of it is transported to the heart. This is a really good form of it. So you see where we at. We still going. Magnesium aspartate, okay? Magnesium aspartate is pretty good. Okay, this is really just a mixture of 3 different magnesiums. So I'm not going to hold too far on this. Magnesium aspartate is magnesium aspartate, magnesium citrate, and magnesium orotate all in one pill. Now, we're going to go through this. I went through this right now, but we're going to go through even more. So this is magnesium aspartate, okay? Here we go. Here we go. We're going with food-based magnesium, okay? This is marine-based magnesium. This magnesium comes actually from red algae and seaweed blend, okay? So this is a food-based magnesium. Now you say, Abdul, why the hell? All these different types of magnesium, what the hell? Magnesium coming from food. Remember when we did the topic on the different multiple vitamins and how important it is to get as close to being food as possible, because that's the best form of getting your nutrients, is to get it from the food source if possible. So this is magnesium coming from red algae and brown seaweed. So most of your magnesiums are coming from rocks. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. That's my job. My job is to make sure you're educated. And then they bound it to an organic nutrient that allows the body to transport it. Okay, that's why when you get magnesium from food, you don't worry about transportation methods. Okay, if you get magnesium from food, you don't have to worry about transportation method, because it's the plant or the animal already done the work for you. It's already bound organically. If you do not have coming from food, what happens is you have to bind that inorganic magnesium to organic product that allows your body to transport it. And when I mean organic, I do not mean pesticide free or anything like that, like organic farming. I'm talking about chemistry. I'm talking about a living product, a carbon-based product, like an amino acid, like oxygen, like citric acid, like a taurine amino acid or glycinate. It needs to be bound to something that's considered living for your body to transport, because your body does not want to transport rocks. Okay? It does not want to transport rocks. So that's what it comes down to. So we want to make sure that we are absorbing this magnesium that's as close to food as possible. And that's what this is. This is coming from a food source. Okay. So this would make this magnesium different. It is coming from a food source. All right. Now we get into the big boys. This is a little more in depth. Okay. This is a little more in depth. This is magnesium threonate. L-theanate. Now, this is Magmine from Jarrow. Magnesium threonate, okay? Magnesium threonate is really, really important, okay? Magnesium threonate. Magnesium threonate is one of the few magnesiums that can travel past the brain-blood barrier. Say that 3 times fast. Brain-blood barrier. Brain-blood barrier. Now, it's one of the few magnesiums that can go up to the brain, okay? It is a highly absorbable form of magnesium, but it's a magnesium that does something differently. People who have memory issues, people who deal with headaches, people who deal with cognition problems, people who are dealing with dementia and things like that, magnesium threonate is extremely good for that, okay? So this is a different form of magnesium. This is a very expensive form of magnesium too. This magnesium usually could run you anywhere between $30 to $50, okay? Whereas other magnesiums could run you $12, $10, sometimes $7. Biglycinate is a little more. This is like 20 something dollars, and all them other ones. Well, threonate, this is $39.99. But if you are dealing with brain issues and you have memory issues and you have focus issues and you have headaches, magnesium L-threonate is one of the best for that. Okay. Now, the last and final one, and then I'm done because I'm tired. I'm in here sweating. It's like 95 degrees in this office. I'm hot. You don't have no idea. So that's that. Then we have Enzymedica Magnesium. This is the newest. This is magnesium acetyl L-taurinate. This is some crazy stuff right here. This is called mine. This is magnesium acetyl L-taurinate. Okay. It is basically taking L-threonate magnesium to the next level. Okay. It's taking the L-threonate magnesium to the next level. It lasts longer than L-threonate. You feel more focused with magnesium acetyl L-taurinate. It helps you sleep better. Most people notice when they're on it, they get rid of brain fog and things like that. So it's a really powerful magnesium, excellent form of magnesium. So we just went over, like, I think I said 10, but I think I went over like 11 or 12 different types of magnesium. What I want you to understand about these magnesiums, so you get something like this. This is $34 for only 60 pills. You know, well, this is $13 for 90 pills. You know, so if you're dealing with, like I said, this is really good for brain function, brain fog, more focus, quicker thinking, things like that. Such as magnesium malate is really good for people who deal with energy issues, autoimmune issues, things like that. You'll do really well with magnesium malate. And there's other things that you could do. And magnesium malate and some other magnesium also good for nervous issues and things like that, and depression and stress and anxiety and things like that. So at the end of the day, you should be taking magnesium. 90% of all Americans are deficient in magnesium. Let's say it again. What? 90% of all Americans are deficient in magnesium. Okay. So no matter which way you go, you should be doing magnesium. I don't care if you can't afford the most expensive, get you some oxide. If you can, if you say oxides, I don't want to go cheap, let's get some citrate. If you can't do citrate, let's go ionic. Ionic is a great way of getting magnesium in. It's not too expensive. If you say, I know somebody who's having brain function issues and they have they can't focus at home or at work, let's get the magnesiums for the mind, the threonate or the the acetyl taurinate. You should be taking magnesium. It's extremely important. Okay, it's extremely important. It helps with everything underneath the sun, and everyone should be taking magnesium. And then also, if you want a good blowout, take some magnesium citrate. It'll, good you a good blowout. It's very important. Okay. Somebody just said, which one is easy on the stomach? The ones that's easy on the stomach is magnesium biglycinate. It's extremely good. It does not have the same laxative effect as the other magnesium, like magnesium citrate and magnesium oxide, as well as magnesium malate is also really good on the stomach. Okay. Magnesium malate, it does not cause stomach issues as the other citrate and all that other stuff. And it's highly absorbable. So it's much easier on the stomach. So glycinate, malate, and even remember we talked about the threonates. These are very good. Magnesium threonate and the magnesium mine, they won't affect the stomach really that much. No matter what, magnesium will make you go a little bit, but it will not affect the stomach the same exact way as citrate and oxide. Those make more water go to the colon. So you want to avoid those if you can. But you want to do more of the biglycinate or glycinate, the malate, or even the taurinate is also pretty good. And those are excellent forms of magnesium that will benefit you and not bother your stomach as much. Listen, I hope I answered everyone's questions. I was here to really educate you about the benefits of magnesium. I hope you stay listening to me. I'm trying to educate everybody. Like I say, I want you to be the most educated consumer ever. When you follow the health man, you will become considered the most educated consumer ever when you come into a health food store. You may be more educated than the people who work there. Take it from me. I've been doing this a long time. Okay. So thank you. I would like for y'all to subscribe, share my info, like it, and please leave comments of what you would like for me to talk about next. I'm going to be talking about something new on Thursday. I hope everybody can tune in. Thank you so much. This is Abdul from the Health Man Show. You keep tuning in, and I'll keep educating you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.